it's almost like that unconscious thought that there's a girl playing with us, she's not going to be as good as us because she's a girl. You do feel a bit like, oh, well, maybe this isn't for me, like maybe this isn't really my kind of game, maybe I should go and play something else. It's really important, like, to break those biases and that kind of stereotype. I first got into football really through watching Norwich City. I used to go with my dad when I was about 5 years old. I started going, sitting in Barclay. I think it was Huckabee days.
Svensson and Huckabee. And no foul, Darren Huckabee. Oh, good finish!
We used to play in the playground with a little tennis ball. Like, it sounds really silly, but we used to play in the playground. There was only like me and another girl that used to want to join in, and all of our friends, so all of our group of like girls, were then off doing something else, and me and my friend were like, okay, so we want to join in with the boys and we want to play this game with this tennis ball. And you know, like, it was football in the playground. It was really silly, but we never really felt like we could, especially, like I say, in that kind of year 4 environment where boys are kind of like, you know, they'll happily shove you off the ball and stuff like that. And you do feel a bit like, oh, well, maybe this isn't for me, like maybe this isn't really my kind of game, maybe I should go and play something else. But at the same time, I think it's good to kind of break those stereotypes, those I say discourses, those things that people are saying, by actually just going out there and showing them that you don't kick like a girl. An example is when I was at uni, so that was like a year ago, 2 years ago, I used to play with some boys just in a local, well, it wasn't really a local league, it was a kind of a social session thing. And a few of us girls would often go because sometimes it's just nice to get out and do something a bit different when you're at uni. So I think there, as soon as we first turned up, they kind of, you could tell there was like, oh, okay, so there's 3 girls playing with us today. Like, probably don't want to pick them to be on my team kind of thing. And then you play and then they're like, oh, actually, you can be on my team. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of shock them, I suppose. You wouldn't really call the men's game a gentleman's game. So I think in that respect, it's important to then change it to, it's the women's team, not the ladies' team, because you wouldn't say, oh, that's the gentleman's team. I think it's just such a good opportunity for this female team. We're going to have so much support now, and I think that's really important to push on with the things that are already in place, but it will also kind of allow the men's and women's team to be this one club, and I think that's really important. In general, the facilities here allow so many more opportunities for young people to get involved and young girls to get involved. And like I said about the CSF setup, the PDC, the elite, the kind of the academy, if you like, there's so many better opportunities now than there used to be for girls, and I think the Nest just facilitates that really well. When people come to us, they are probably quite surprised of what we've got. We are very lucky to be able to use these brilliant facilities, and I think going away, you do realise what kind of standard the female game kind of gets, if you know what I mean. Without sounding snobby, like, it's not amazing. Like, the showers are, yeah, they're not nice. It's like a Sunday league kind of setup. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think, yeah, we're very lucky to have these facilities, and we do all really appreciate it. But I think going away and actually seeing kind of some of the other facilities that other clubs have, we should feel very kind of lucky to have this.
Now please welcome Norwich City!
I've been a Norwich fan for all my life, so to be able to represent the club is amazing, and I think I used to look up to kind of female footballers, and I know some of the girls that are still here, I was younger when I used to like look up to them, so it's so nice to like to play alongside them now, and I know they're still here, but like it's so nice to kind of represent the club, because you know it's kind of been a big part of my life growing up. Evie came into the shop that I was working at, the Norwich City club shop, and I was on my lunch, and she come in and asked to get my name on the back of the shirt, and I didn't realise that until I come back from lunch, and then I met her when they come back to collect the shirt, and she was like starstruck. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't think that that's going to happen, but she, bless her, she loved it. But I think it's so important, and you know, I think all the girls in the club, people can look up to every single one of them, and that's kind of a credit to all the girls. They're very their attitudes on the pitch, like everything that they do off the pitch as well, it's brilliant. And I think young people can look up to us all as role models, and I think that's really whereas young boys might look up to the men's team as role models, I think this gives young girls an opportunity to look up to someone a bit close to home, if you like.